Hi, dream big. So everyone is super busy today, and so Q&A just kind of didn't happen. We got people in leadership, and we've got people traveling to the Diamond Retreat, and we have people getting ready to travel to the Diamond Retreat. So I thought I would just pop in and share with you a little bit how I do my tracking in Asana, because we have been talking about that, and Trina thought maybe I could share it with you. So I have tried a ton of different things. So I've done automatic CEO, I've done pen and paper, I've done Teamsy, I've done Streak. I've tried lots of different things and nothing really fit me so well. Like something was always missing. For me, pen and paper, I get lost. I can't remember where something was and I can't find it. Automatic CEO was a little too salesy for me. Teamsy was just too expensive and it had too much stuff. It was overwhelming. I didn't need all of the tools it had. Streak, I like Streak in that it's linked to Gmail, but I don't actually do a lot of my communicating beyond a bi-monthly newsletter in email yet, so I didn't really need that. And I had trouble, like I need something that pops up and is like, this is what you should do today. And so that is what Asana does for me. So I am going to share my screen, and I am still kind of new with some of it. So I am going to show you how I'm setting it up. And here we go. I'll go home over here. So let me go to the plane. So it's asana.com, and I love that it's free. Like I have been able to do everything I need in the free version. You can upgrade it if you have, I think it's like a team of people. So I can have myself and my assistant in here, and I can assign things to me and I can assign things to her, and it's still completely free. So let's see. Loading, loading, loading. Okay, these are all my tasks coming up for today, which I love. So it just pops up and tells me what I should do. And for me, you can change the view, and I like to sort it by project due date so that it's like I know what I need to do today. And I'll go through what all the colors mean in a second. So you can literally set this up however you want to, which is great. I'll show you how I've done it. So what you do is you come in and you create a project. So I have my prospect list is one of my projects in here. So here is everybody. And you can actually like export your Facebook friends list and stuff in here. There's great YouTube videos I can send you to on how you can like export contacts lists into here. So I put my just prospects that aren't really in the funnel yet, but like people that maybe I'm just having forming conversations with are in here. I have my customers. So once someone moves, I'll switch them into my customer list, and then I can set follow-up reminders. And then I have coach prospects and my coaches. I have my funnel in here. I have my daily to-do, which I've gone back and forth between like Google Calendar and a written planner. And I realized it's really good for me to have, I have my Google Calendar and I have a planner for like my daily schedule, but I needed kind of like a checkoff list. And again, with paper and pen, I was kind of getting lost and I had so many binders, it was too much. So here are my daily to-dos. Okay, I have challenge group, post in my team page, invite 5, follow up 5, and these are minimums. My like page posts I have in here. And I have a schedule that I follow. So I always post my fitness. I'm trying to go live once a day, and then a daily assignment. So like Mondays, I talk about coaching. Tuesdays, I try to talk about some kind of transformation. Wednesdays is usually like pain points. Thursdays is something to do with how the business is changing my life financially. Fridays is engagement. So just different things that, but these are my reminders and I can check this. And the way you do that, so say I wanted to add a task to my daily to-dos, you just literally write add a task and say I wanted to like, I don't know, daily task, Shakeology. I didn't put that in there because that's like a given for me. So you could do Shakeology and it shows up. I just pointed and you can't see. It shows up right here. And you can give yourself a due date. So, and you can set it to repeat. That's how I got everything here to show up again. So you go to due date and down here to set to repeat. And you can do it like set every 7 days, set every 2 weeks. I just hit it every 1 day for that, like every, and then it'll show up today, it'll show up tomorrow, and I assign it to myself. So it shows up in my task list, super easy. I also, this is my assistant right here, so I can assign it to her, whatever the task may be. So that's those tasks. I have a weekly checklist that I am slowly adding to. So a blog, enter new customers into, so I use Get Response for new customers, and that's something that my assistant does. So that's on my weekly, like I'll just check in with her that everybody's been added. And then, like I said, I do a bi-monthly newsletter. So I have actually, this one is set to every other week that it pops up in my tasks to do on that Wednesday, because I do it on Wednesday. So it makes it really easy. I also have, instead of just prospects, I'll put them into what month we talked about them potentially doing a challenge. So here are people from my November group. December I have here, but I haven't shifted anybody there. And then I'm doing, instead of free groups, I do clean week. So that's my 7-day group, so I can shift people into there. And then I know who to talk to. And then I have my funnel. So there's really interesting ways that you can create the projects depending on how you visually need to see things. So like you can do a list or a board. So for my funnel, I did a board, and so this is when I'm just trying to reach out. I do reach out, my assistant reaches out to everybody whose birthday is that day and writes a message. I don't add them into anything until they write back and we start talking, because then it gets really overwhelming with how many people I'm talking to. But if I am just trying to start connecting with people, it's really hard for me to pick people out of the air. So I'll go through and see who my new recent friends are. And what I try to do so that it's not super spammy and it's not authentic to me is the first time I'll go and like or comment on something on their page. So that's my first like touch with them. Then I'll do a second like or comment. And then the third time I will message them about what I liked or commented, or ask them about a question. 4 is a connecting message, 5 is a connecting message. And this is also, of course, like if it hasn't already rolled into something else, like say invite. Maybe it went quicker than that because they brought it up. I can move them over to that, and then I put them into the follow-up category. So let's say, this is what makes it so easy is if I have this person, so I wrote down like what I liked that she did so I can remember something about her. And like up here it says she's a nutrition coach, so that's just a little memory jogger for me. I'm assigned to talk to her tomorrow because I try to space mine out every like 2 days, so I could literally just drag her there. Like, and then I know, and it'll say here too when I switched her, so I can look back and know what date, like how long she's been in a certain stage in my funnel. She's not there yet though, so I'm gonna move her back. So I really like that aspect of it because it just helps me keep track. And if I want to remember when it was I talked to someone last, I can look in here because it time and date stamps everything for me. I also keep track of my coaches in here. So I've got my coaches and I set them up as a board as well. Just for me, it's easier to group them into ways I need to contact them versus just seeing them as a list. So I have new coaches, which is like anybody who's been in for less than 30 days. So I know that I need to have more contact with them about GSR and trainings and their new challenge groups. So those people I'm reaching out to, you know, more frequently during the week. And then I have them by rank, because sometimes I'll do like growth threads or like push threads, and then I know who to add to those. And then I have discount coaches and anybody who is inactive, which is a little bit of a long list right now. So I have people to reach out to today. But I like to also have the discount coaches in there because then I can send them a message about upcoming things that they're not going to be aware of because they're not in the team page. So, and again, like I can, like Wendy is on the brink of emerald, so I can just drag her over. I can put in notes about like her why, and then the last time we talked, what she was really trying to work on. So it has helped me in that way. And you can change the background to whatever you want. I just happen to put rocks in, but it can be like blank. It can be a blank color, any pictures. So that's how I do my coaches. The other thing that I wanted to mention, I'm trying to make sure that I write everything. You guys, so you can do list or board, set regular follow-up dates. Good. So say I have a prospect like Christy, and actually I'll just put a new person, and then it can be Jane Doe. She's new, and I'm, oh, where'd she go? Okay, so I have her right here. She's a prospect. I would assign her to me. You can, like I said, you can put the subtasks in. So like when I was doing my to-do list and it said my 3 posts for the day, so I can create checks in there. So I could say like check nutrition, check workouts, like all of those things. And then I could do those daily things for her. I need to delete that. Okay. Anyway, so you can do all those things. You can also add tags. So this is super helpful to me because I will group people based on what I think will help them the most. So you can go to a tag, and let's just say like she was interested in the all access. So, and then you can do things by color, like I just like color. So I did all those by color. So let's make all access green. And then there's other people in here who are interested in that. So I'll just keep tagging them. So once it's there, it'll just show up for you. Once you have these, you can tag, 21-day fix, or if you wanted, instead of having a group like this, just to keep your prospects in this list and add them to a tag that said like November group, then you could click that tag, beep, 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 and it'll show the list of, it'll show your list of who all was interested in the all access. So the next time something comes out with that, or like if the promotional price is gonna change, you can message all the people who were interested in that. Or say you had tags for double time or your clean week. There's a lot of different ways you can tag people and then get them into different groups to know who to message. I hope this is all making sense to everybody. So it's super simple. It really helps me because I can communicate with my assistant in here too. So I also have, I don't call them scripts because I don't really like that word, but I call them communications. And so she can look, because I'm trying to get better at follow-up and this is really helping me, she can look and my normal conversation flow with people. And this is also to help me not word vomit on people. So if someone, has shown any interest, then it's just simple, like, awesome, I'm excited to see what I can do to help you. Do you work out at all right now? And then they'll answer, okay, great. Could you work out at home? Like, it's just this flow. So she can go in, and if I've missed talking to someone, she can, and it's an easy thing. Like if I tell her, if you ever feel like you're trying to guess what I would say, don't, just tell me and I'll go in and I'll message it myself, but it's something that follows the flow, then she can go in and do that. So I have little extra things in there. Let's see, they're all in here, and I just said save them as a comment, and then they just always show up. Like when they sign up, then I verify that they got their stuff. If a coach is going inactive, I have the message that I send to them, sneak peek invites, and different things. Like if it's from Instagram and I want to go to Gmail, then this is the little copy and paste of like me just trying to get them. It just saves seconds, but seconds add up. So it's me trying to get them, because it's harder for me to communicate in Instagram, me getting them into either Gmail or Facebook Messenger. Yeah, so I have all the different ways that I usually reach out to people, or even like if they say they don't want to be in a group, I'll ask them if anybody else they know might be interested. So that's the message there. Price objection I have on there. Yeah, just my little go-to. So I have that as communications, and that way like I said, my assistant can see that too. So this is like really, really helped me to get organized. And the only part I have to remember is to go in and do it. And that was my problem before with all the rest of them, is just remembering to either copy and paste the conversation or make a little note. I do love that there is an app for this so that I can quickly go in and do it on my phone if I am not near my laptop or my desktop. But it's forcing me to be more organized, and it works in a way that my brain works. I love that I can put the funnel in here. And because that was something too, I had, I can't remember what they're called, like stages in Streak, but it was hard for me to see because the list was so like getting so long, and I just couldn't see all of it at one time with the way that my brain works. So this is how I am doing this. And there's a lot of other things that you can do. As I've been going through YouTube, there's tons and tons of videos on how to use Asana. There are coaches that break things down even farther. There are coaches who do weekly tracking. So they have their daily to-dos, their weekly to-dos, and then weekly tracking, where they literally write like how many people they added to Facebook, how many people they added to Instagram. You can really make this into anything that you want it to be. So that's my little bit on how I use Asana. It's really user-friendly. The reason these ones are up here is because I starred them, so you can put like add to favorites. And so those are my two go-to things. If I forget everything else, like I have to do my daily to-dos, my vitals. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, write them in the comments. All right, talk to you guys soon.